breath. I just spent 10 minutes moving my wheelie chair out from behind my desk and moving my armchair, this one, in, because for the last little while I've noticed I've not been sitting at my desk to work because my back hurts all the time. As soon as I sit at my desk, within minutes my back starts to hurt, and I couldn't figure out why. And then, I don't know why, but it just suddenly occurred to me that maybe it was the height of the desk, because whenever I sit with my easel and I'm working that way, it doesn't hurt nearly as much as when I'm sat drawing flat on the desk. So I thought, hang on a minute, maybe it's that action that's causing the problem. Because I've got a really long back and really short legs. So instead of bending from the hip like most people, I tend to bend from the middle of my back, which is not good for you. I get it when I'm washing up because the sink is a little bit too low. I don't know why it's not occurred to me before, but I'm already feeling more comfortable. I can feel the pain in my lower back is easing already. So yeah, lesson of the day: if your back hurts, there's a reason for it. Maybe try swapping your chair over. Which is a shame because I really like sitting in a wheelie chair. It's much easier to get in and out. But honestly, if it means I don't have backache, then I would rather have the inconvenience of having to get in and out of a chair that doesn't have wheels on. And I can already feel that my back is easing off and I want to sit here all day and just sketch and get on with stuff. And that's the object of the game. So I win that round, apparently. I'm just sitting here sketching in my sketchbook, and I've been working on an art journal piece that's kind of, yeah, working out a bit of angst. And playing with some new watercolours. I've got some stuff to review for you. Lots of different bits and pieces that I'm hoping to get to YouTube fairly soon, but obviously this month is One Book July, so that's quite a big chunk of what I'm doing. But yeah, I've already done my art journaling and my sketching for today. I'm kind of work in progress on my sketching. It's still happening while I catch up on some vlogs and some One Book July videos. It's already 3:30, which is crazy. I don't even know how it got to 3:30 so fast, but it did. And yes, I'm vlogging. Oh my god, I'm vlogging. I had so many new patrons this month, and so many people have started leaving donations on Super Chat and stuff like that. Excuse me. That I had some extra cash come in. So I put it where I've been planning to put it for a while, which is on a vlogging camera that didn't weigh a ton and had a flip-up screen. So yes, I know everybody will ask what vlogging camera I bought. It's a cheap one off Amazon. It was only 85 quid because I'm not spending 300 odd pounds on a G7 or whatever it is that everybody's got, because I'm not a vlogger. I just want to film occasionally and not use my phone. So yeah, I just went cheap. Bonus, it's got Sony insides, and the Sony that I had, the little one, which I stopped using because it didn't have a front-facing screen. I could never see where I was filming, and I had a lot of footage that was just this much of me. So yeah, I originally had a spare charger, a desk charger, and 2 spare batteries, and those batteries fit this camera. So I've now got 4 batteries and a desktop charger for this camera. Plus, when I bought my Switch, I bought a micro SD card to go with it, but it came in a pack of 2. I thought, well, I might as well have 2. There's never any harm in having an extra micro SD card. And it fits this camera. So now I've got 2 SD cards for this camera as well. Awesome. Awesome. I don't have much to chat about, so I'm just going to go back to sketching, I think, and drinking more coffee. There's a really weird pressure bar in the area today, and I think we're going to have a storm because my head feels like this much of it has been squished. I feel like somebody's doing that on my head, which is not a good thing. But it does mean I'll get a lot of sketching done, because on quiet days like this, that's what I do. I just sit and I sketch and I catch up on my journals. I'm going to do a bit of junk journaling in a minute and just have a nice relaxed day. Mondays, like I said earlier, my Mondays are technically my day off. But obviously with One Book July, I'm trying to get into routines of doing something every day, because everything's been so messed up for 3 months that One Book July is a good way of making sure that I sit at my desk for a good chunk of the day and get something done. Tomorrow's going to be a writing day, because I've got to do a PDF, or I've got all the notes and everything. I just need to put it together, and I work best to a deadline on stuff like that. So that's got to be done by 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So that'll be tomorrow afternoon's stuff, which means I'll just spend as much time as I like journaling and sketching and just catching up on my one book. Well, not catching up, but doing stuff in my one book. I've also got a couple of paintings I'd quite like to drag out and decide what I want to do with, because I want to start streaming on Twitch again, and I'm hoping to do that on Friday. I didn't get around to it this last Friday. I was trying to, but I didn't think it was going to happen, and it didn't. It's looking good so far. We've got that big conjunction happening over the next 2 days, so that's going to be interesting. We've got the second hit of the Sun, Jupiter retrograde, Pluto retrograde conjunction thing over the next 2 days. It's not an exact with Jupiter and Pluto, but it's close enough. So they're all in opposition to each other. Lots of journaling going to happen there. Get through that. I'm having strange dreams all week, which is weird for me. Yeah, all the energy is just so weird at the moment. Everything is weird. And now we've just had a mandatory face masks thing. We've already had it on public transport for a while, but they're now saying shops and obviously close contact places where it was not allowed, you couldn't social distance, they were already saying it. But I think I'm going to try and root out that Jessie Killian pattern that everybody raves about and have a go at sewing one of those tonight, so that once I get my car going again, hopefully this week, I'll be able to go out and about, and I'm hoping it'll help the anxiety, because originally when we had to stay home, the anxiety was, okay, but I don't like being told to stay home, because typical Aquarian, of course, never go anywhere, hardly ever do anything. The minute everybody says you have to stay home, well, I don't want to now. You know, that's... you got to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing, or it's no fun, right? So, yeah, having gone through the anxiety of, but I don't want to feel restricted, I don't want to be told to stay at home. Now I'm being told, well, you can go out again, but I'm so comfortable being at home, I don't want to leave the house. And that's not a good place to be either. So I've got to get over that anxiety of actually going out somewhere. And I'm hoping that wearing a mask will help with that, because I know it's not protecting me, but it's the psychological idea that it's protecting you. But also I've got some of those filters, because when I'm using certain paints or sanding or anything like that, I always wear a face mask, because I have asthma, and if the pollen is extremely high, even if I'm only sitting in the garden, I will wear a mask. And I have done for quite a long time. I just don't do it when I'm out in public, because if the pollen's really high, I don't go out. But I'm thinking, because I've got those little carbon filters, if I put a little pocket inside my mask, then I can put a filter in it, and then it'll be a two-way filter, or two-way mask, or at least a little bit more protection, you know. Oh, so much to think about. Maybe I'll just stay home for the rest of my life and not leave the house ever. I haven't needed to do it in 3 months. I think I can manage it for another decade or so, quite happily. Oh, I need more coffee.